Okay, this is part 3 of my presentation on Neoplatonism. I'm reading from Wikipedia. Let me switch my phone recording off. We move on. So the origins of Neoplatonism. The most important forerunners of Neoplatonism are the Middle Platonists, such as Plutarch and the Neo-Pythagoreans, especially Numenius of Apamea. Philo, a forerunner of Neoplatonism, translated Judaism into terms of Stoic, Platonic, and Neo-Pythagorean elements, and held that God is supra-rational and can be reached only through ecstasy. And Philo held that the oracles of God supplied the material of moral and religious knowledge. The earliest Christian philosophers, such as Justin and Athenagoras, who attempted to connect Christianity with Platonism, and the Christian Gnostics of Alexandria, especially Valentinus and followers of Basilides, also mirrored elements of Neoplatonism, albeit without its rigorous self-consistency. And the teachings. Neoplatonism is generally a metaphysical and epistemological philosophy. Neoplatonism is a form of idealistic monism combined with elements of polytheism. Although the founder of Neoplatonism is supposed to have been Ammonius Saccas, the Enneads of his pupil Plotinus are the primary and classical documents of Neoplatonism. As a form of mysticism, it contains theoretical and practical parts, the first dealing with the high origin of the human soul and showing how it has departed from its first estate, and the second showing the way by which the soul may again return to the eternal and supreme. The system can be divided between the invisible world and the phenomenal world, and the former containing the transcendent one, from which it emanates an eternal perfect essence, or nous, which in turn produces the world's soul. So the next section is entitled The One. One of the characteristics features of Plotinus' system, which was also taken up by subsequent Neoplatonists, is the doctrine of the One beyond being. For Plotinus, the first principle of reality is an utterly simple, ineffable, unknowable subsistence, which is both the creative source and the teleological end of all existing things. Although properly speaking there is no name appropriate for the first principle, the most adequate names are the One and the Good. The One is so simple that it cannot even be said to exist or to be a being. Rather, the creative principle of all things is beyond being, a notion which is derived from Book 6 of the Republic, when, in the course of his famous analogy of the sun, Plato says that the good is beyond being, in power and dignity. In Plotinus' model of reality, the One is the cause of the rest of reality, which takes the form of two subsequent hypostases. It's nous, and soul. Although Neoplatonists after Plotinus adhered to his cosmological scheme in its most general outline, later developments in the tradition also departed substantively from Plotinus' teachings in regard to significant philosophical issues such as the nature of evil.